I'm interrupting your regularly scheduled Retroid Pocket 3 Plus settings guides to let you know that there's an update for PPSSPP version 1.14 just released a few days ago, and for some games that really struggled to run or had graphical issues, it's made a big difference. So I want to show you a few of those games. Luckily, I've got two of these, so first I'll show you how they ran on previous versions. Starting with Star Wars The Force Unleashed, which, unless you use cheats, would have these weird red lines across a lot of the screen. And yeah, you could fix that using cheats, but now you actually don't have to with the new version of PPSSPP. The performance of this game still isn't perfect, at least not at 2x resolution. However, the rendering is actually correct now without those weird red lines, so that's a big improvement for this game. Another game that previously had graphical issues was Juiced 2. You can see the white mess all across the screen, and you can actually clear that up by going into the settings menu and going down here to this option and changing it to anything. Basically, anytime you change that setting, all of the mess will go away, but then it will slowly build back up as you get some sort of lighting effects on the screen. Another option was to turn off buffered rendering, and that would get rid of all the white issues, but then you would be playing with this sort of tunnel vision, which is obviously not the best choice in a racing game. And I'm intentionally hitting walls because if you hit one hard enough, then the tunnel vision would go away briefly until it comes back. However, now the game renders properly, it runs well, no more lighting or graphical issues, so this is a second game that's been fixed thanks to PPSSPP version 1.14. And according to the release notes, there are several other games with minor graphical fixes like Burnout Dominator, Outrun, and Ridge Racer. So you may want to try some of your favorite games and see if they look better now. There are also some games that have experienced performance improvements. MotorStorm Arctic Edge is one of those. You could get it running at 1x previously on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus using the perfect settings, including disabling certain rendering effects. However, now with 1.14, you can actually get it running full speed at 2x resolution on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, and I think it actually looks better because it includes some of the lighting and rendering effects that you lost to get it running even at 1x previously. One thing that seems to be crucial to getting it running at 2x is this new setting we have, skip GPU readbacks. Without that turned on, it wasn't quite stable at 2x, but now it is. And finally, let's look at Killzone Liberation, which, as you can see, was completely unplayable previously on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, and this was even at 1x resolution. Now, as you can see, it runs almost perfectly with only some minor frame dips, all the way up at 3x resolution. If you ask me, this is pretty crazy that we got such a huge gain on this game, but I know that will make a lot of people really happy.
Rico should be in that area.
Also, I want to give you a look at a side-by-side of the settings differences. Key things I noticed are that simulate block transfer effects is now gone, and we do now have skip GPU readbacks instead. Some other options seem to have moved a bit, but they're still there. Now, there are probably a lot of other games that either had graphical issues fixed or saw performance gains, but these are the ones that I've noticed just in a morning of testing. I wanted to get this video out there to make sure everyone was aware of the update because I haven't seen anyone else talking about it yet. And maybe that's because it hasn't seemed to show up in the Play Store yet, or at least it hasn't for me. So I had to download the APK from the PPSSPP.org official website. You may have to check there as well. If you find other games that have big improvements, please do let me know in the comments. And until next time, just keep gaming.